Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and to a new video. So as you can tell by the title of today's video, I'm going to be sharing a new recipe with you all on how I make my spinach and cheese pastry bites. They are honestly so good, perfect for any get together. They look really good, they taste amazing. It's a great veggie option if you want to just skip out on the meat. As you will see in this video, I made so much filling. So what I did with any leftovers is I popped it in a Tupperware box, popped it in the fridge, and it keeps really well. And then the following day, I just made up some more of these little mini pastries. And I know that sometimes recipes like this can sound quite boring, but I promise you, if you try it out, you will really enjoy them. They have so much flavor. Like I show in the video, you can season it up as much as you like with whatever flavors you want. I seasoned mine and honestly it was amazing. It was really delicious and everybody loved them. So make sure you try out this recipe and then let me know down below how it turned out and if there's anything that you did differently. And yeah, I'm going to get straight into today's recipe and I will see you all at the end. So to begin with, you're going to need a medium-sized onion. I'm just using a regular white onion. I'm just going to peel that and I'm going to cut that up. Then we're going to move on to the hob area. So I've got a frying pan here over a medium heat. I'm just going to spray some oil in there and then I'm going to add in the onions. Now you want to fry these off for a couple of minutes until they've softened. And next up, I'm going to add in some baby spinach. So this has been washed and I've literally got a full bag that I'm going to use to make this filling. But to start off with, I'm adding as much as I can and then I'm going to let that just wilt down. Once it has wilted down quite a bit, I'm going to then just continue to add more and more until I've used up all of my spinach. As you know, spinach literally cooks down to absolutely nothing, as you can see. So getting loads in there is super easy. So once you've done that, you want to grab a bowl and a colander, and I'm literally going to pop the spinach and onion mixture in there, and you want to drain out all of that excess liquid, because if you skip out this step you will end up with soggy pastries and nobody wants that. So try and get as much of that excess water out. And then I'm going to just pop everything into a large bowl. Now to the spinach and onion mixture, I'm adding in a whole tub of Philadelphia soft cream cheese. Next up, I've got a bowl of mozzarella, which I'm just going to crumble in between my fingers and add that in as well. Next up, we are going to start seasoning. So starting off with some crushed chilies. There's no measurements, you can just eyeball it and add everything to taste. So I've added some of that. Next up, I'm adding in some oregano. Then I'm going in with some black pepper. Next up, we're going in with some salt. And then we're just going to give everything a really good mix. Just combine everything together really well. And that is your mixture done. At this point, everything started to smell amazing already before even popping this into cook. But honestly, it's so good. You can add in more ingredients if you want to. You can add more seasonings if you want to, but I am just going to keep it simple. Next up, I have got some ready rolled puff pastry. This is the one I got in Asda. I have let it come to room temperature for around 10 minutes, just so it's easy to roll out. And because I am making little puff pastry bites, I'm going to be using one of these cutters just to cut out the pastry. And then once I cut out as many as I could, with any leftover pastry, you don't want to get rid of that. You want to roll it out. So I'm just going to do that now, and I'm going to get as many more like little circles out of it as I can. So don't worry if there's any excess left over, nothing's going to waste. Just use it all up until you literally can't use any more. And now we're going to start filling. So these are quite small, so of course we're not going to fill too much, otherwise they're just going to explode. So I'm taking a small spoonful, I'm going to pop it into the center like that, and then you want to be super careful and you just want to kind of crimp the edges together to seal the little pastry bites. Guys, if you find this too much, you can of course change up the shape. You can make it into regular pasty shapes, anything that's easier for you. I just like the way that these look. I think they look really nice and pretty. And as you can see, I'm just showing you how you can also folding the edges like this, and it just looks really nice. So it's entirely up to you if you want to do this step or not. But there we go, my little pastry bite is now done, and I'm just going to continue to do the same thing until I've used up all of the pastry. So here I've got some that I've already done. I'm just going to take a knife and I'm going to add some steam holes in the top. And then next up I have got an egg that I've just beaten together into eggwash, and I'm just going to brush it over the pastries. This is going to give them a really nice golden brown colour, and it adds a little shine as well. So I'm going to bake these in my Kasori air fryer today. This air fryer is absolutely amazing. I don't use it enough and I really should. So I'm going to pop these straight into the basket. I did end up doing more than one batch just because I wanted to leave a little bit of space in between them. So they are all in now. I'm just going to pop this in, and as soon as you switch on the Kasori, my settings were as follows. So 180 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes, and that was the perfect amount of time and temperature, so that's what I left it as. And here they are once they were fully done. How good do these look? Honestly, they looked so cute because they were actually quite small in real life. So yeah, this is how they turned out, super golden brown. The pastry cooked really well. It was super flaky. I did have a little bit of the filling leaking, but that's okay. That is to be expected because they are quite small. So yeah, let's break into it to show you what this looked like. I promise you guys, if you try this out, I don't think you would regret it at all. They taste amazing. They have so much flavor and so much goodness, so make sure you try it out. And there you go guys, that is how you can make these really delicious little puff pastry bites at home. They are really easy to do. You can of course change up any of the ingredients if you want to. You can also chop up the spinach really small before you pop it in the pan if you want to kind of give it to your kids. Because I left it whole, as you saw. I just let it just cook down in the pan and just left it as that. But you can chop it up. You can add any other veggies that you want to, but I like to keep it simple. But you can change up the cheese. As you saw, I use mozzarella and soft cheese, cream cheese. You can use ricotta. You can use any other cheese that you like. You can use feta. Just change it up to your liking, but this is my preference, and honestly they were really good. So make sure you try out this recipe, let me know how it turned out, and I will see you all really soon in my next one. Take care, bye.